All right. So number 14, finishing up the last 11 here. Rushing the sale, going too quickly through it is not a good thing. So stick to your sales cycle. And just, if you guys haven't been really doing a cycle recently, and kind of, I forget that part. I don't do a very good job at that part. Remember, there's a cycle. Pre-approach is getting as much information as you can about the person before you start. That's a LinkedIn stuff. If you can link into them, that's powerful. Facebook, if you can. Google search, newsletters, website. What do you know about this person before you're going in? Who else have you talked to in the area that can tell you a little bit about it? What can you tell me about Mary before I meet with her? That's powerful. Approach, how are you looking when you walk in? Do you walk right towards them? Do you have good eye contact? Do you look confident? Do you walk in a straight line or you kind of tippy-toe in? Asking qualifying questions. Do you clasp them? I taught you guys that before. That's the what's your current situation? What do you like about your current situation? What would you alter? Who's the signer? And paint a picture. Presentation. How's your presentation? Is it polished? Have you practiced it recently? Have you had somebody watch you on video and critique you? Have you had somebody travel with you and watch you and critique you? How is your presentation? Are you closing? What's your closing percentage? How are you in answering objections? Have you taken the session we did last month, taken all the common objections, and have you written out word for word the ways to answer common objections? Are you solidifying them? Once you get them, I'm gonna go ahead and reserve the computer time on the company thing. I'm gonna order the brochures. Are you solidifying it? Or you let them know that I'm counting on this. You're on my calendar on October 10th to be at your school, and I'm fully counting on this. Can you see anything that would prevent us from working together? No, good. Then I'm gonna count on you doing this. Do we solidify things? And are we getting referrals? Raise your hand if you're sometimes weak in a couple of those areas. Okay. So I want you to circle that thing on your paper and really practice making sure that you're doing all those parts. All those parts. If qualifying is taking a while, don't rush to the presentation. If the approach rapport building is important to the prospect and they're staying there, don't move forward in a hurry. You can ask questions like, I have approximately 30 minutes today. What's the most important item that we need to cover this afternoon? Or now that I have asked you some questions regarding your situation, is it okay with you if we begin the presentation of our product? So you're being sensitive to, you're not moving to the next step until you finish the last step. So again, initial contact, pre-approach, approach, qualifying, presentation, closing, objections, going back into closing again, solidify. After solidification is get referrals. Okay? You guys got it? Okay. Rushing the sale gives the appearance of a pushy salesperson. Our goal is to be assistant buyers, underline that, assistant buyers rather than a salesperson. You're not obsessed enough with what you're doing for a living. You must like what you're doing for a living. The process must see it in your eyes. So I'm guilty. People, when I go out to companies, they can tell that I love what I do. Yesterday, I was in a Terminix office. Have you guys ever heard of Terminix? They're a pest control office. Yeah. And I got the appointment because I'm on Tuesday, I'm in the tire shop, the Firestone tire shop. I had a nail in my tire. And I paid the $10, I think, when I got the tires. So they take nails out and they repair your tire for free. And I'm on the phone doing a coaching call, and a Terminix gal, she's a route person sitting right next to me, and she could tell I was excited. She could tell I was into it with my coaching client. She goes, you know what, we need this in our company. And she goes on her cell phone, no joke, and gives me the VP of sales for Terminix here in the Bay Area. I call him, he's an energetic, fun guy, has me come in. I did the presentation yesterday. He can tell us, I can already tell, you guys are so much like us at Terminix. We're driven, and I can tell you love what you do. That's the kind of people we want to work with. Do you guys think that that's important to people to see that you like what you do? Mm-hmm. Heck yeah, okay. And so they need to feel it. They need to see that you're obsessed with it. You love what you do.
It's contagious.
Yeah. You're not obsessed enough. Prospect needs to see the look in your eye and the bounce in your step that you love what you do. Make sure to be obsessive but disciplined, to do the right things, not just work for the sake of working. Remember the 60 to 70% IPA. What does IPA stand for again?
Income producing activity.
And what are the two income producing activities?
Kickoffs, presentations, and prospects.
Well, there's two different types of presentations. Kickoffs and
Prospects.
no, like a demo.
Demo, yeah.
A demo. Okay, they're both presenting. The kickoffs are presenting to the kids. okay? And the demo is presenting to the PTA or the teacher. All right. Then not using testimonials. You should star this one too. Oh my God. People don't use these enough. And it's like you're so blowing it. I don't mean that in a mean way. But man, when you can go into a presentation, you go into a PTA and you've got 4 letters from other PTAs that have worked with you and said you're good, is that powerful? Is that more powerful than the new brochure? Mm-hmm. How about this? You meet the principal. How about this? See, most people just call on the PTAs. What if you were to say, you spend a certain percentage of your time calling on principal and say, I know the PTA does the fundraising at the school, but I would just love an opportunity. I would be in the area one afternoon just to kind of give you a quick overview of what we do. We can do some things for Science Camp or Student Council. Plus, I want to show you what we're doing with a lot of PTAs in the area. I just want to get your blessing and just show you what we do. A lot of principals are open to that because they're not being called on a lot by salespeople. Now, when the principal sees it and likes you, and they introduce you by testimonial to the PTA president, do you have an in? Too often, people just call the PTA president and you're getting called by 6 other companies. So always want to write this down, an ally on your side or a testimonial letter on your side. An ally on your side or a testimonial letter on your side. If you get a PTA, do you think the PTA presidents in the same school district know each other?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
How often are you guys, so you get you got West Elementary School, how often are you building a relationship and saying, hey, which other PTA presidents do you know in the other schools? Oh, Mary's my friend, she's the president over at Applebaum School, okay? Would you mind? We don't bother to ask, but in the same school district, the kids play sports together, they go to the same church together, they know each other, but we don't connect the dots enough.
Or they could be on the middle school PTA, and I just had that happen. A middle school PTA president referred me to one of the gals that I was already working with at the middle school, who was the president of the PTA at the elementary school down there.
Okay, so here's the thing though. Okay, so Mike, that's exactly the point. But how many times have you not that fell on your lap? They said, I know, but how many times did you not ask? And it could have been right there.
Well, I had it was right there for sure. But I had asked Lisa. I said the same thing. I said, in the area. She's like, oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. It was right there. But I was asking Lisa, oh yeah, Dawn's actually. Hello. So yeah, no, I think.
Yeah, it's a big one. So it builds trust. It's just a good way to go. Not using testimonials always and often. Have them at your fingertips. I have had sales over the years where I simply sent out 6 to 7 testimonial letters and handwritten card telling them I was looking forward to meeting them, and when I arrived, they already told me they were going to work with me. Now, one goal to do, guys, is write this down. Have one testimonial letter that will overcome an objection for each objection you get. So, if I'm not the decision maker, profit percentage, quality of product, we had a poor kickoff one year. Let's say that 5 or 6 or 7 different things you think would maybe be objections or concerns. You have 7 different letters and all of them address, oh my gosh, we worked with Robin Rapp last year and we worked with Innisbrook the year before and we just have not been pleased with the quality. We've been looking for a company that had quality. And when finally Great American fell on our lap, and boy are we glad that we switched to Great American. Okay. Now, how do you do that? I want you to write this down. It's called planted testimonials. Planted testimonials. So what do you guys think I mean when I say planted testimonials?
You're giving them the template and they just add in their information to it.
So you're like, so have you enjoyed working with us? It's been such a pleasure doing a fundraiser with your school, and we've made last 3 years, we've made more money each year. Right? Would you say you're happy? Role play with me.
Yes, absolutely.
You're happy? Okay, good. What would you say you're the most happy about? Is it the money, the service? Do you like it all? Tell me what's been your best experience?
I'd have to say it's kind of the one-stop shop.
Okay.
You've got the service, you've got the quality, and you've got the customer service that goes along with it.
Sweet. Okay. A lot of times, PTA and the home and school clubs, they're constantly turning over because the president may then go to the middle school, and then they get a new person that's coming in as the president. Have you guys had some turnover in your school too?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because it's volunteer, And I run into people from time to time that don't know Great American at all, and they're a little bit gun shy to move forward and choose us because they do have other choices. Would you do me a favor? And I would be so appreciative if you do this. Would you just write up a quick, maybe on the school letterhead, that you like the fact that we were a one-stop shop and that you know, there was a lot of other choices out there that you could have picked, but you're glad you picked. Would you mind doing something like that for me? I'd be so appreciative, and I'll come back and I'll pick it up. But would you help us out and do that? And not so much for us, but for that new PTA mom that's a little bit torn on what to do, but she can see that your school's had different things you've done in the past and you switched and you're happy. Would you mind doing that for us?
Gary, you know what? I'm not good with writing letters, but you know, if you wanted to put something together for me, I'd be more than happy to bless it and sign my name and put it on my letterhead.
Okay, now you guys, that's the best testimonial letters you can write, because a lot of times I'll say that, and what you can say is, you can say, one lady, because this is true, okay, one lady, she just doesn't have time to do it, but she says, no, I'll be happy to sign something. You go ahead and write it up, and I'll sign it. And you guys could say, if you have never done that before, one lady, because one lady did do it for me. And then you'll have your first lady or guy that does it for you, and then you can say you have somebody, okay? But then when you're writing the testimonial letter you're gonna write it out. So I need one right now about profit percentage. I need one about I'm not the decision maker. And your goal over the next 12 months, write this down, is to have 7 testimonial letters, and each one answers the toughest objection that you're getting.
And for those of you that are in the room, Vinod has, because he's been with Great American,
Yeah.
I know he had mentioned the last training he did with us, if you wanted to use any of his templates, just email him and he'd share it.
Vinny would be happy to, yeah. And he's got all that. And you could actually bring in a couple of his letters and then say, this is something like this would be nice. Okay? And they could even copy them, but it's just, but they're using your name and it's the local school, and you want to have local ones. 17, not being humble. Have confidence, but not a huge ego. Let them know you're there for them, but they will not be successful just because of you. The prospect does not want to see you trying too hard to be good. They just want to see you being good. Give credit to others instead of always taking all of the credit yourself. Not knowing when to stop talking. When you have your prospect moving over the buying line, you need to close and not keep talking. If you keep talking, they'll fall right out of the buying atmosphere. So, and I think I shared that with you guys when I did closing. Actually, I don't think you guys were in there, but I taught closing at the national meeting. But then we sent the videos out. And when you meet a person, you're kind of going up what's called the buying line, and it's like a triangle. It's like a mountain, and you cross over what's called the buying line when they give you buying signs. And once they cross over the buying line, you're in the buying atmosphere, and that's when you need to close. And so, the biggest mistake salespeople make is they don't close soon enough, or they wait too long to close. And you should always be closing, which they say. Not knowing when to stop talking is a big one. Not showing a competitive spirit. Keep your eye and ear open for intelligence about your competitors so that you can have educated conversations. Have the attitude that everyone in your company is in the same team shooting for victory. Each department plays a role in your success. Encourage everyone to work together and be excited. And set high goals and then go out and attain them. Keep a stack of professional-looking note cards on your desk and write handwritten thank you notes after each presentation. That's a big thing that's coming back. When people get handwritten thank you notes in their inbox, or they get it in their box at school or at their house, people open handwritten stuff now. It's the typed out stuff that looks like it's computer-driven, looks like a bill. I don't like that. Failing to follow up. Getting a thank you card reignites the original interest and shows you pay attention to details. I like the 2-2-2 plan. This is the 2-2-2 plan, by the way, guys. A thank you call 2 minutes after you leave. So you meet with someone, you do a presentation, no joke, 2 minutes later. You know what? Thank you. I just wanted to call you again. I just got in my car, and I just want to say, and a lot of times you'll just get their voicemail. But I just want to really say thank you for giving us the opportunity to present to your company or to your school. Then you do 2 days later, you do some sort of an email or something as a follow-up, and then if you still haven't heard from them, 2 weeks later. 2-2-2 is an incredible follow-up plan. Be responsible. Faith with a no answer, consider that it's not their fault, and maybe your fault for not bringing enough value. Record yourself and listen to yourself sell as to see where you can grow. Ask coworkers or leadership to go along with you on a presentation and critique you, which we talked about in a few minutes. When was the last time you had somebody travel with you? Each of you in the room. Eric, when was the last time somebody watched you sell?
I think it was like last time I said about 3 months.
Okay, all right.
A few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago.
More than 3 months ago.
Okay, Brian?
Last fall.
Last month?
Last fall.
Last fall? Ron? Well, you probably teach people. Okay, Chris?
Last fall too.
Okay, so last fall, that's 6 months. They say, if you can, okay, you may not be able to have someone follow you, but you can film yourself. You could bring your camera in and buy a little cheap tripod and say, I'm always trying to get better, and I want to watch myself. Do you know when you watch yourself, sometimes it's hard to watch?
Yeah.
Because you see little things you're doing wrong. And then, but every single time you're doing a presentation, and if you keep doing it wrong and wrong and wrong, over time, will that cost you money? Yeah, it will, okay. Not assuming responsibility. Ask your prospect where you went wrong and what might you be able to do to change to bring around a positive result. I know we have the best. I'm sorry, I must have done something terribly wrong in the way I explained things to you, because I did see you, because they see you being real and very compassionate about what you do, but you usually come out with a real reason for not working with you. And if you know that, you may be able to overcome it. Number 22 mistake, taking rejection personally. Try to develop resilience and self-assurance when confronting rejection. Remember that hearing a no answer is only one step closer to getting a yes. Every no will get you one step closer to a yes. You need to know your ratios. And rejection is not a reflection of you. Number 23 mistake, focusing too much on the negative. So many people do that in sales, guys. Always look at the glass of water half full rather than half empty. Always look at the attitude of plenty, write that down, versus attitude of scarcity. Attitude of plenty versus attitude of scarcity. If you're not making sales, step up the self-talk. I taught self-talk that first month. Affirmations. Every single day, I still have my affirmations. They're still here in my day timer. And I'm reading my affirmations every single day. Every single day, my affirmations get read. And why is that important? It's really important because you're going to have little bullets and little things that happen to you and things that happen during the day. But when you can read your affirmations out loud, like I'm on fire, everybody I talk to wants to work with me. And when you can do this kind of stuff, it's hard to be negative and positive at the same time. It's hard to be negative and positive at the same time. So being negative will bring on more negativity. Being distracted, being completely focused. Focus is power. Make like a little magnifying glass next to your paper there. You remember the magnifying glass, you hold it up against the sun, what happens to the piece of paper? Burns. Don't do errands or trivial work 4.5 days out of the week. So like I don't do car washes or gas or errands usually when I'm focused 4.5 days. And then I usually do Friday afternoons for me, is like when I can do car wash, run some errands, do some things, is when I like to do it. Some people do Wednesday afternoon. They have 4.5 days that they're completely focused. Man, they even bring their lunch with them. They don't get distracted. I mean, I'm just on fire. I'm starting early, working late, 4.5 days. And half the day they're letting their guard down. Okay, kind of a cool way to do business. And 25, not having a fallback position or a plan B. Make sure to have a plan when plan A goes wrong. So what we're going to do is I want you guys to take you got 25 things there. I want you to go through your packets and I want you to pick 5 things that, man, this is the area where I'm making a mistake right now and I need to get better in that area. What are the 5 for you that you're really going to focus on? So go ahead and just kind of look back through your packet, star those, put a circle around them. Which 5 are for you? Okay, I want to go around the room. One thing, one like big one from each of you. Okay. Okay. I don't care what order we go. Like, oh my God, I got to get better in that. Okay. Who wants to go first? Okay.
Taking rejection personally.
Taking rejection personally. Do you take it personally?
When I've lost a school and not have an answer of why they choose to go with someone else, and not being able to get the answer for that, I do.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? Yeah, what was yours?
Not planning your day effectively.
Okay.
I need to do a way better job at it. I do it, but not to the, and I'm looking forward to the next topic of
Time management?
Just, the tips on how to do it even better and be strict about it.
Okay.
I think testimonials. I find myself saying it. Hey, I work with this school or I work at that school, but actually having the in-hand testimonial or having
huge.
4 of them to actually hand them. I could stand to write a couple more of those. So.
Yeah.
Positioning yourself to be second choice.
Yeah.
So that's a good way to look at what you're talking about with losing. Maybe is positioning, keeping in mind that you're still in the running. It's never the end of the race.
Sure. Brian?
Just to be different. Just it says keeping in touch with past clients or following up. Because I meet so many people, but over time I might lose track of that person and I don't follow up with them over the long haul.
Yeah. Yeah. Ron?
The 222 plan.
Yeah.
I don't call the people on the way home, but I do write the note and thank them for their time and effort. I think that's important. And then just the follow-up.
Chris?
Yeah, the follow-up that Ron just talked about, especially right after the presentation, that 2-minute phone call. I really like that. And then Eric also had he said the planning the day effectively and all that, so it's huge.
Cool. So we're going to do something right now as a planned break, but it's going to get our blood going. So when everybody stand up, it's going to be our break between the 2 sessions, and kind of go over here in this big open area over here. Go in this big area. Ooh, I got my microphone. Thank you. Yeah, so you guys go over there, and I want you to get in a circle. And John, you're going to want to take a look at them. And we're going to do some teamwork. I'm going to do this for 2 purposes. One, to see how you guys can work well as a team. But it will give you an exercise you could do with your kickoffs, with the teachers, and with the kids. It's always fun to have exercises. So this is called the Human Pretzel. Okay? And I don't know if you guys have ever heard this before, but it's not Twister. All right? So what I want you to do is I want you to put both arms out, and you need to hold, you need to hold the hands of 2 different people somewhere around you, but you can't hold the people right next to you, and you can't hold both hands of the same person across from you. Okay? But you need to be holding 2 hands. So everybody kind of put their hands to the middle, and you're holding 2 hands. You can't be holding the person next to you, and you can't be holding 2 of the same hands. Okay? Okay? And you can't be holding 2 of the same. And you can't hold 2 of the same people's hands. Now, I want to see how many seconds it will take you guys. How many seconds it will take you to, without letting go of the hands, to figure out a way to stay into the circle again where you're holding everybody's hands, but this time you're holding everybody's hands on the outside. You're holding the person's hand next to you. Okay? All right? And let's see how quickly. You cannot let go of hands, though. You cannot let go of hands. Ready? Go.
You gotta go under, Linda. Or Chris.
Melissa.
Yeah.
You have to go under.
I have to go under with
Guys.
you.
Wait.
You gotta go. Linda's gotta go.
Linda, can you go under here?
Can you go under?
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Nice.
Okay.
Got it.
You gotta go. Eric's gotta go.
Eric's got to go under Melissa and
You
Brian.
guys are doing this. You're working as team.
Yeah. Ron, can you? No, Ron's.
Chris or Melissa, because I need to be,
Okay.
Chris and Melissa have to switch. Oh, wait.
Really?
Because I got to be in between Ron and, I got Ron and I got
I see what
Michael.
you're saying.
So-
Can we dislocate shoulders?
No.
Melissa, put your arm over Eric. Put your arm over
We're
Eric.
excited.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Actually, we were.
Eric. Come here, hold on.
That's right.
Wait, where's
Yeah, I got Sharon, I got Michael.
Easy there with that Aaron stuff.
That was good, Ron.
Okay.
That's
That was
okay.
a
You're back.
little-
There you go. Much better.
Well, I don't think there's a requirement for where you're facing.
Yeah, you can, Ron will be backwards.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to be all that close.
As long as you're all on the outs, holding hands on the
Let's
outside.
go underneath there. Does that help us?
No, the arms are still.
So do we go? Do we go?
You go, keep going. How do you go that way?
I'm sweaty.
Oh, right.
Eric, what if Eric?
I have to step
Oh
over?
yeah. Well, close your eyes. Everybody close your eyes. Go.
Oh, this is good. They're good, man.
Okay. Do I?
Well, let me step over.
Okay.
So Michael, you're gonna have
Do I
to.
go? Do I step? No.
But-
So.
Melissa, you have to go.
You and I are on
Yeah,
the
Melissa
outside.
comes in
Yeah,
there.
okay.
Right.
Yeah. I don't, you,
Or do I come in?
I can go like this, right?
yeah, and then,
Yeah.
no,
Is this
no,
good?
it's from this.
This would be her.
You guys are slowest I've seen in a long time.
Terrible.
That glass isn't half full there, right?
You guys are so funny and good, though.
Go,
So-
can you
so are
go?
we-
We're
No,
putting on a
Let's
good
get
show.
this.
Go high.
It's putting on a good show.
Put-
I think you
put
need
your
to
arms
sit
over,
down.
so hold on.
Okay.
Because this is the
Do
problem.
I, can I
is-
step? Do I? Would I
Yeah, I
go over?
think we, I
Yeah.
think,
Drop down. Would I go over like this?
yeah,
Good idea.
that's good.
Okay.
Now Eric's
No,
on
I
the
know.
outside. No, not back.
Okay, you guys can let go. You guys can let go.
Yes.
No, now, just out of curiosity, two of you bow out. No, one person bow out, and I want you to do 6 of you. See if you can do it with 6.
I'll bow.
Okay. Now you guys can know what to do. Put your hands across. Okay.
Wait, Michael.
Okay.
I got it.
Oh, wait, go
I
ahead.
got it.
I can't be next. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And Ron, we gotta.
Okay.
So
Okay,
here.
hold on.
Go ahead.
Okay, ready?
Wait, no, Ron's next to me.
No, you
You
get
got
it.
it.
Eric's.
Yeah, but Ron's next to me, so I can't hold Ron's hand. So Michael.
Push Brian. You
Okay,
guys.
I
There
got
we
it.
go.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, ready? Go.
Ron,
Can I
Ron,
go?
go
Can I go
over.
underneath? Can I
go
go?
over Melissa. Melissa, go in the middle.
Okay. Go under? Down. Or no?
Really?
Both of you have to step over Ron
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Go.
I can't, I'm sorry, I'm 5 foot tall, I cannot.
No.
Okay.
Over, not under.
You're gonna go
Oh, over.
over their hands.
Yeah.
Go down.
Go all the way down.
Step over.
Yeah.
There you go. You two,
I've got to go too.
Let us
Yeah, you gotta go.
This is a pants meeting.
Okay, no, but I'm gonna give it to you guys. But really, you got 3 different groups, and you guys did let go of your hands. Okay, here's the thing. You guys were much better the second time. But the truth of the matter is, it's supposedly, it's like 50% harder to do it for 7 people than 6 people. But you guys were closer with 6. Okay, but what we typically do, and this is a learning thing for you guys. You want to get people when you get a big group in groups of 6. Okay? And then the first time you have them do it, they can talk. And you'll get groups that will get done. They'll get done in like a minute. They'll
I
take it.
think the teachers at our school
Yeah,
should do this.
I'm telling you, okay? Because it's teamwork. It's teamwork, okay? And then you say, okay, now we can do it again, but you can't talk this time. And no communication. They can't talk at all, and they just got to do it by face. But it's a little team builder. A little breaks the ice, gets you out of your chairs and stuff like that. So pretzel, you guys can take. You have to go to the bathroom. 2 minutes. We'll start back up. 2 minutes. Okay.
So both of you guys held each other's both hands.
Have you seen that silver fox? You kidding me?